gotta talk about what happened tonight, guys.
No.
This is the craziest thing I'm being told that's ever happened in the history of The Bachelorette. All right, and we've got a lot to say about it.
Welcome back, YouTube fam. We are back. Another week of The Bachelorette, season 16. This was episode 4. All right, you're watching the B&B family. Again, I'm Blythe.
And I'm Brandon, and if you haven't done so already, okay, make sure that you smash that subscribe button and hit the bell so that you get post notifications so you know whenever we drop new content, okay? Hit that like button, give us a like. That'll let YouTube push our content out to more people. Let them know that you're enjoying the content. I want to hear what you guys have to say about it, so hop in the comments and let us know what you think. We're going to go ahead and get right into it.
Let's go. All right, so we start the show off where Chris Harrison is talking to Claire. And basically he's just kind of, I guess, asking her, like, what she wants to do moving forward. Like, where are we going from here? Like, he was trying to figure out what's going on in her head. Like,
Right.
Yeah, what you think?
I mean, she seemed like she was pretty confident.
Yeah.
You know, she said she's fallen in love with Dale.
Absolutely.
And, you know, she wants to respect the process, but she wants to
Be real about her feelings.
be true about her feelings. She wants to spend more time with Dale. And,
She said it reminded her of her father, and it was just like he just had everything she wanted.
Yeah.
She didn't see no other reason to continue on. So, you know, so he was like, okay. He was like, yeah, he asked her, what did she want to do? And she said she wanted to spend that night with him, right? Having the date. Letting him know, revealing how she, you know, felt or whatever. And so, like, they respected her wishes, and that's what she got. She got the date with him and, you know, the talk with him. Meanwhile, the guys are like, oh, I felt so bad. They're just, like, going back and forth, like, oh, God, it was bad.
It's tough, man. It was tough to watch.
It was.
I mean, you know, like, I can imagine it had to be really weird for them.
Yeah.
Like you would never expect something like this to happen.
Right.
And I mean, as a man, that hurts your pride. I mean, you know,
That's true.
you got another guy, and she just like, forget y'all. I don't even want to go through the whole process. Like, he's here, and you guys are down here. Is how I would take it.
But do you remember how weird it was, like, before they pulled Dale, when he was in there with them talking, and, like, he was just sitting there, and they're like, oh, my God.
I was so happy he pulled Dale out. I'm like, that's just so awkward.
It was so awkward. Oh, my gosh. Woo! So, anyways, they got to have the beautiful romantic day. It was nice. I thought it was nice. You know, the nice, what is it, that resort they're in, you know, whatever. It was beautiful, the courtyard. And, yeah, so she told him how she felt, right? And he told her, how he felt. So apparently they feel the same way. They're in heaven together, right? I mean,
that was a big moment of suspense because it could have. There were several moments. Several moments in this show where things could have gone back.
Right. Yes.
So she expressed that, you know, she was falling in love with him. I don't know if she like directly said "I love you, Dale" per se.
Yeah.
But she was just kind of like, "I'm falling in love with you" type deal, and he reciprocated it. He said he's feeling the same way. At that point, you know, I'm like, okay, you know, he's still. My opinion was that Dale was an actor and was on the show, you know, to increase his profile. So I'm thinking at this point, okay, that's cool. He reciprocated what she said. You know, he's still doing some good acting.
Okay.
And okay, that's cool. You know, he didn't shut her down. So she lives to fight another day.
Well, they had a beautiful evening. Wasn't it so funny how they had like them serenaded by like the
That was hilarious.
They walked and then they were like playing the music, and it was like, wow, just out in the middle of nowhere, out the blue.
And I don't know if it's just me. I feel like I think about things that shouldn't be thought about, but I just couldn't help thinking about the other guys. Like they're out in the courtyard and hanging out at the pool, and they didn't hear this serenading going on.
I know.
They didn't.
Well,
hear
you
that.
remember? Yeah, they kept pondering. Remember, they were kind of like, "Where's Dale? We haven't even seen him. She doesn't want to have a cocktail party tonight." Like they were pondering, though. Remember? But I know you're like, they don't hear anything.
They ain't hear the music. I mean, if I'm pondering where he's at, I hear some romantic music.
That's true.
Contemporary R&B
Honey,
slash.
she didn't care, honey. I know she didn't even like. Yeah, she didn't care, honey.
I would have been moseying on over there to see what's going on if it's just me. Yeah.
But you know, next they went into the El Presidente suite.
El Presidente.
Honey, you know they went. They went into that suite and they looks like they consummated. Looks like they hey.
They connected on a deep.
Hey, they had to see where they was really at.
Yeah. Well, I guess everything went well.
Yeah.
Woke up the next morning in each other's arms and
Loving each other, yeah. She didn't want him to go. They had a great time. They seemed to be, in love, I guess.
Dale was cool with it. He talked about how he enjoyed the evening, enjoyed getting to know her, and he talked about how he was excited about seeing where it goes and how, they have time to keyword time.
Get to know each other,
and feel this out. And I was like, yeah.
That's what he thought.
That's what you thought, Dale. It's not what happened.
Not on this show. All right, so then Chris Harrison, he comes back, he talks to Claire, and he's like, how was everything? She was like, it's great. Basically, we're on the same page, and he's like, okay, so we're going to have to make some decisions here. Like, basically, if this is where y'all are going, then I guess you found your love, and we're going to have to move on. I mean, basically. Yeah. And so then she was just like, I don't know, Claire again, to me she was super dramatic, but she was all like, yes, like he's it and all this and all that. And, he's like, okay, well, we're going to move to the next level then, which would be proposal. Like, that's where it's going now.
Right.
So she's like, okay, like.
She's just 100% all for it,
Yeah.
You could tell he's kind of like,
are you sure?
Like, this is moving really fast. Like, you have, like,
all these other guys.
dudes.
Right,
you can take your time, get to know them. Are you 100% sure?
Right.
And, like, she's just, like, no doubts, gung-ho, like, let's do it. And it's just, I don't know, for me, she just, like, she doesn't have, I feel like, the emotional maturity of someone
who's
her
39.
age. She's
Yeah.
39.
It just seemed unreal. It really did seem unreal. And you remember he did question her too.
He did, in his defense.
Yes.
He did question her. Did you?
Yeah, I was glad he did that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Did you and Dale have contact before the show?
Mm-hmm.
She swore up and down they didn't.
Yep, that's what she sure did.
But that just goes back to my point. It's like, okay, so if you didn't, you guys have not spent, I think, who was it, the Asian guy? He was like, I don't think she spent 2 cumulative hours with this guy. How is she so sure? And yeah, like, at the age of 39, you've been through a couple of relationships. You understand that initially you're going to have infatuation. Like, you're going to have those feelings. What she's feeling for Dale right now, if they have no previous relationship, cannot be anything more than infatuation.
It's not normal.
And at 39, you understand that. So you say, okay, I feel this way. My feelings are strong. But let me take my time. Let me go through the process, because over the course of however many weeks the show is, some of that infatuation might kind of wear off a little bit. I'll spend time with the other guys. I can make an educated and informed decision. She seemed to have no interest in doing that whatsoever.
It's The Bachelorette. It's a show. I don't know. What's she?
I'm
just saying. You're right, but I don't know. I don't even know if we can expect that, because
isn't that the format of the show? Isn't that how the show normally goes?
Normally, you would go on for so many weeks, but she's been on so many seasons. I mean, geez. I mean, it was dying. Something needed to happen. It was dying.
You're right.
It needed to pick me up because it was falling off.
Well, so yeah, hey, that's all that, at that point, it's all great. She's ready to go. The problem is,
Yeah, boy.
now you got to put that pressure on Dale.
Yep.
So,
That's right.
if my theory, was true and he was just an actor and he was just on the show to, increase his profile, then this is where the rubber's going to meet the road. Does he really want to go forward with proposing and getting engaged to her?
I was like, wow, the pressure. Then she started feeling it too. You saw how she started feeling it, like she almost wanted to kind of like back down, like back off. She's like, she was crying. She's like, she just felt like you don't really want to pressure a man, which you don't. I mean, really. But it's the premise of the show. So like, what do you do?
Yeah, but normally the show goes longer.
That's true. That is true.
So, for Dale, you know what I mean? Like, even if he is feeling her, like, I liked you a lot after we first met, but 2 weeks in, I wasn't ready to go.
I would have had to ask for an amendment or something too. First, I think, because
I'm curious to see. I guess are they having like a reunion or something like that? I'm very curious to see.
We're gonna get an update.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna get an update. Yeah.
I really want to know. I want to see if they actually get married.
Well, before that, let's talk about when she had to go talk to the men, because but I was here for them guys because look, they wasn't right, but they was giving it to her. A couple was really giving it to her.
What's it? I can't think of his name. The guy, he's 39, and all I know is that he's a boy band manager, and that's all that really matters. That's all that really matters.
Hey, but
he's not playing.
He spoke up. Yeah, he's been speaking up the whole time.
He's been like peak game.
Right.
And he's 39. Normally, people at the age of 39 have seen enough things to know what's going on, and that, you know what I mean. So he sniffed it out pretty quickly, and he was not feeling it. She tried to apologize to the guys. I'm so sorry. And hey, man, I give boy band.
I do too.
I give him respect.
Yep.
Because he's the only one that called her out.
He did.
And say, look, I feel like you need to apologize to all of us because we done did all this stuff. We done went through quarantine. We away from our our lives. We put our lives on pause.
That's right.
And you just pretty much made a joke out of the whole process.
Yeah. He was like, I even knew when I sat with you, when we talked, I knew you weren't in it. Like, it felt fake. I said, oh. But he was just keeping it 100 and, probably something she should have did a long time ago too. You know what I mean? Some of them people, I don't even know why she went on those dates. I guess because of the show, she had to do it. Because you could tell, like, she just was doing it for the show. She didn't really want to.
Right.
But he called her out on it.
And the rest of the guys, they ought to be ashamed of themselves. They sat up there, Claire,
it's big of you.
It's big of you to do what you just did. It took bravery to come in here and tell us that you don't care about any of us and you're going with that. Like, what do you mean?
That you're in love with another guy.
The show's over with. I don't know if you think the producers are going in.
That's what 39, he was trying to let them know, the boy band manager.
Right. The show's over with. You can stop, kissing her behind at this point.
Okay. But let's talk about the two guys who took it the worst. Like, okay, Blake and Jason. Lord, I was scared for their poor little hearts.
Poor Blake. Hey, I said this the first episode. I said Blake might be the only one
really in love with her
who actually really likes Claire.
I mean, he was really invested in this situation for real. Like, this whole situation, he was invested in it for real.
This dude said that he got a book on Alzheimer's.
Dementia. Yes.
Became an expert on it.
So he could connect with her,
with her on a deeper level, understand what she was going through.
I mean, you saw how many times he was interrupting, like, all the dates and stuff. I mean, he was for real.
Like, I'm really concerned about him. Like,
I know, I was scared about old Blake. I was scared. I ain't gonna lie.
He already stalked her and reached out to her before the show.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, same guy.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I was just thinking about the dates.
Same guy. So, a little worried about Blake. The other guy, what's his name?
Jason.
Jason,
I mean,
They did have the one-on-one date.
that day, and I said that on the day I did not like. It was like she was really getting deep with him, and I was like, why is she doing that? Because they didn't know, but we knew like she had feelings for Dale. Like, why did she? I just didn't like that.
That's true.
I was like,
I mean,
why
I'm
she
sure
doing
they,
that?
the producers
It was
had what
part
they
of-
wanted to do for the date, but still, like she's really sold out on that date. Like she really pushed him to like
She made
really.
you believe, yeah.
So apparently that really did it for him. That really turned him out. So he was. I don't know.
He wasn't used to getting his feelings like that.
Right. Like she hit him on a different level that he wasn't used to. Like, so,
Yo, that really got to him.
Yeah. So.
Oh man, yeah, I felt bad for them. I was like, oh, yeah. So at that point, then she really went in with the tears. She was like, well, I'm sorry for this and I'm sorry for that.
But I apologize for love.
I'm like, Claire, go exit now. Go on.
In the gym of the season. How long did it take you to come up with that liner, Claire? Like,
Bye.
I mean, I feel like they paused and cut. All right, what's a good clever line that you can come back with? Like, come on, you came up with that on the
Right.
spot, Claire.
Bye,
I
Claire.
apologize if I wasted your time, and I will apologize if you feel like I let you down, but I will not apologize for love.
Bye, Claire. Bye. It was time for her to go. So, anyways, so she exits with that, and then they're left just like pondering, and they're shocked, and they're like, what now? Because they don't know someone new's coming, so they're just like, what now? So what do they do then? So then they cut, and then Chris, he calls like the jeweler, he calls Neil Lane, he's like, get the ring ready, it's going down. And so then they have like their evening, I guess would normally be the finale ceremony, but anyways, or obviously we're having it earlier now. And so Claire gets out there, and she's waiting on her man. Now what about when he came out there?
Yeah, they tried to build a little suspense. They tried to build some suspense.
I was like, Chris, if you don't go somewhere, because I was like, what's going on? I was like, where's Dale?
They tried to build the suspense, and I believed it for a second, but then I kind of like they kept doing it, and it was like, I think you guys are trying to get us. And then the more I thought about it, like Dale's, no matter what,
Not Dale.
his image is just too polished. He would never go on TV and like just diss her on national TV. Like even if he is not going to stay with her long term, he wasn't going to do it, and I didn't.
Yeah. Well, so anyways, Chris is just like, no, I just want to tell you I'm proud of you, and hope everything's worked out, blah blah blah. So anyways, fast forward, he goes and he gets Dale, and then Dale comes out. So they both profess their feelings again, right? They both say they're in love, and the burning question, dun dun dun, what's Dale gonna do? And
He got on his knee.
he did it. He proposed. I wasn't sure if he was. I knew he was gonna come. I wasn't sure if he was gonna propose. I wasn't sure about that.
I thought he was going to propose. Why not? This isn't.
Why not?
This isn't like a, it's not like they signed into marriage papers right here. You've got a ring that you didn't have to pay for, a big diamond. You know what I mean? That didn't come out of your pockets. Why not? It makes for good TV.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right. Makes for good TV. So they're happy. They can proclaim their love. They're good. So they go off into the sunset. Claire and Dale. All right. So then Chris Harrison, he goes back and then he meets with the guys. I think it's like the next day. And so they're all meeting in the room, and he's like, guys, they're all like wondering what's going on, what's happening, where do we go from here? They basically think they're going home. They're basically like, we're about to get on a plane and go home. This sucks. This is crazy, whatever.
Right.
And so then he's like, well, it's not, your journey isn't over if you don't want it to be. He's like, you all get to decide if you want to go or if you want to stay. We understand. It's up to you, but you got to make your decision by tonight. if you're gonna stay, come dressed and ready for the cocktail party tonight.
Some of the guys tried to, maintain what little integrity they have left and say, I was here for Claire. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get past this. I don't know if I can restart. I had such deep feelings for Claire.
Right.
It's such a hard decision. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. Yeah, every last one of them.
Yeah, I mean, the two that you're worried about was Blake and Jason. You're kind of like, are they gonna show up? Are they not? But they showed up.
They was there, just like everybody else.
Now, I mean, side note, it is a little crazy because literally they did come there for Claire. Like that is like literally they signed up to be like, oh, we want to be with Claire, and now you're getting somebody new and you don't know anything about at all, which. It's kind of interesting. I don't think it's a bad thing because it's kind of interesting too. Because sometimes all that pre-stuff, whatever, you gotta let all that prejudgment out the door. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's kind of like, make you think. I don't know. Like you're like, is it fair to a new person? I don't know. But I'm glad they got a second chance. I mean, I think that was fair to them to get another chance.
Yeah. I mean, part of me feels like it questions the integrity of the show because they were supposed to be there for Claire, and that's what they swore up and down they were all about. And now Claire's gone, so I mean, you shouldn't be interested in anybody.
Every last one of them showed up.
You know what I mean? Every last one of them showed up. But I guess how they spun it and how you can spin it. They were all there to find love.
Right.
So this gives them another opportunity.
Exactly. Yeah, it wasn't only about Claire. Claire, she found her love, so them as well. So that is how the show ends. He's like, all right, let me get y'all's new bachelorette. And the limo pulls up and it's Tayshia.
Yeah.
So we're like, hi, Tayshia. I'm so excited. I'm happy because if this season was falling off, I'm going to be honest with you. If I had to hear her, if that camera had to cut one more time with her talking about, Dale, I just want to see Dale. I just want to be, I couldn't take that no more if they had to do that anymore. Right. So they had to do something. I'm glad Tayshia came in. She saved the day. And I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. What do you think?
I can't wait. I think she's going to respect the process.
Yeah.
Okay. I think she's going to add a heightened level of class and dignity to the show that may or may not have been lacking with the previous Bachelorette.
Producers, whatever they were doing, they was getting wild and crazy.
Right.
All of them. I mean, supposedly, they don't know anything about her. She doesn't know anything about them, right? So this should be like fair. You know what I mean? Everybody on even playing ground. So it should be kind of cool, right? What you think?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I wanted more Tayshia. I mean, there was 2 hours, right? Now they dragged that 2 hours out with the Claire and Dale exit.
Yeah, they should have just got her on out of there. You found love.
I was like, thank you. I was like, seriously? Like, I wanted more Tayshia. Or, their introductions, right? Like, with Tayshia. I was like, can we get some of that?
It'll be next week.
Yeah.
Next week.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
She's here to stay.
Right. But, I think that's it. That wraps it up, right?
Yeah. That wraps it up. Alright, if you haven't done so already, smash that subscribe button, hit the bell so that you get post notifications so you know whenever we drop new content. We'll be covering the rest of the season every week, so stay tuned for that. We also cover other shows if you want to check those out. Put a ring on it. Ready to Love.
Yes.
Married at First Sight just wrapped up, so if you want to check out those, we have those as well on the channel, okay? Hop in the comments. Let us know what you thought about tonight's episode. Let us know how you felt about Claire and Dale, if you think they're going to last or not.
Right.
Tell us what you think about the new Bachelorette.
Yes.
Okay. And, hop in the comments. Let us know. All right. Other than that, we will see you guys next time.
Right.